Good morning. Welcome to Pyjama Preaching for Saturday the 12th of June. I was reading on a Facebook message, somebody speaking about all that's happening with Black Lives Matters, and they quoted this: "Every statue and every street building has been renamed. Every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History is stopped. Nothing exists except an endless present in which the party is always right." And that's from George Orwell's 1984. And reading it, I felt that could be very quickly applied to Ecclesiastes, to the teacher's thinkings. And Ecclesiastes 10, or a part of it that we're going to look at now, odour. So a little folly outweighs wisdom and honour. So a dying fly that was attracted by the smell and is entrapped and dies. So is this a moment's lack of judgement that has lasting consequences? He goes on to say the heart of the wise inclines to the right, but the heart of a fool to the left. And in Jewish literature, it's the right hand that signified action, doing something. And that's Joey agreeing with me. Always the best critic. Even when fools walk on the road, they lack sense. And my thought is, and wobbly cyclists, and show to everyone that they are fools. And if the anger of the ruler rises against you, don't leave your post, for calmness will undo great offences. So I think that's the wartime sign that said on it, keep calm, carry on. There is an evil that I've seen under the sun, as great an error as if it proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in many high places, and the rich sit in a low place. I have seen slaves on horseback, and princes walking on foot like slaves. In the Bible, the translations using the word slave or servant seem to depend on which translation it is. In the context here, horses were very scarce in Judea, and they're only used by the affluent. So to see a servant riding on a horse would have been most unusual. And the teacher then goes on to show these contrasting things in their writings. He says, whoever digs a pit will fall into it. Whoever breaks through a wall will be bitten by a snake. Whoever quarries stones will be hurt by them. Whoever splits logs will be endangered by them. If the iron is blunt and one does not wet the edge, then more strength will be exerted. But wisdom helps one to succeed. If the snake bites before it's charmed, then there is no advantage in a charmer. Words spoken by the wise bring them favour, but the lips of fools consume them. The words of their mouths begin in foolishness, and their talk ends in wicked madness. Yet fools talk on and on. No one knows what is to happen. And who can tell anyone what the future holds? The toil of fools wears them out, for they do not even know the way to town. So who are the fools? My mum used to say to me, more fool you. I think that was often when I'd done something in defiance. She told me not to do something. I did it, hurt myself. So the words, more fool you, yeah, ring mightily true. But do we realise when we're being foolish? Or are we so caught up in what we're doing, so passionate about something at the exclusion of every other thing? I think that lockdown has messed around with our realities and given us so much more time to ruminate. Small things have become huge. Big things have become totally unmanageable. Have we lost our sense of perspective in things? And so where do we go from this passage? What can we do differently in our time of lockdown? I'm just going to grab a book just that I commend to you. It's called, oh, I'm never going to be able to get this right, am I? A Heart Broken Open by Ray Gaston. And there is the publication details, and there is the ISDN number. Available on Amazon. This is a writer and political activist, Arundhati Roy, and he wrote a hymn of conscious reflection. And it goes like this, and this is our prayer today. To love, to be loved, to never forget your own insignificance, to never get used to the unspeakable violence and the vulgar disparity of life around you, to seek joy in the saddest places, to pursue beauty to its lair, to never simplify what is complicated or complicate what is simple, to respect strength, never power, above all to watch, to try and understand, to never look away, and never, never to forget, to bear witness, to seek the connection between our internal and external worlds, to love in the name of God. Amen. Have a good Saturday. God bless.